Lucy, really interested in your thoughts on this, because this is the tale of two mastheads when it comes to an issue such as climate change. On the front page of the Daily Telegraph, now, of course, we know that tomorrow we've got this so-called climate change strike by kids. Eco-warriors is the headline. Surge in climate-inspired children's anxiety. Psychologists are treating a wave of children as young as 10 who are paralysed by climate change fear-mongering as children prepare to walk out of their classrooms today as part of a global student climate strike. Experts have warned catastrophic about global warming is having a serious impact on the mental health of many young people. Now, if we then compare that, Lucy, with the Sydney Morning Herald, talk about a tale of two cities, revealed huge cost of climate change, more frequent and intense climate-related disasters, including floods, storms and bushfires, are forecast to leave 150 million people in need of humanitarian aid each year by the end of next decade and cost up to $29 billion annually. Well, I've written a piece in tomorrow's Courier Mail where I basically say that teachers, some churches, certainly some parents are abrogating their responsibility by allowing their kids to basically wag school to strike. What are your thoughts on it, Lucy?
Well, as a millennial, like most millennials, I think climate change is a topic worth worrying about. I have friends going in the march tomorrow, but I think the telly has a really interesting angle in the anxiety, the eco-anxiety or survival stress that a lot of young kids are experiencing. Essentially, I would say that basically, I think if preschoolers are going to be taught about climate change, it can't be all doomsday. They're going to actually feel real eco-anxiety. I feel if it must be framed in positive language to enable them, I guess, to think about it as an opportunity to give them hope for the future and maybe get all these adults who are being short-sighted grown-ups to actually take some action.
Andrew, again, I hark back to my editorial tomorrow. Basically, I'm saying it's okay for kids to protest about whatever they like. That's fine, but do it on a Sunday. Don't do it on a Friday when you should actually be at school learning. I just find tomorrow to be... I think parents, some of these uniting church people, and certainly teachers should be put in the naughty corner. What do you think?
Well, obviously it's a pretty divisive issue. I mean, I'm sure you'll remember about 15 or 16 years ago, there was a similar movement with regards to the Iraq War, all the protests that occurred midweek in the lead up to the US-led invasion. Obviously, climate change is a particularly divisive issue in the community, but at the same time, it's important to balance education as well as looking after the mental health of children. Like it's a difficult issue, and you've got to inform kids as well as make sure you're not scaring them, if you know what I mean.
Also, when you consider that a child's brain isn't fully developed yet, so it can be highly problematic in that respect. And also, I can understand, to be frank, why kids are feeling eco-anxiety, because you look at rural kids who their parents are struggling with drought, or survivors from bushfires. They're already dealing with this on a daily basis. It's not a future doomsday picture of the environment that they're grappling with.